All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for taking some time to join us here at the beautiful Ruth Hardy Park on Tuesday morning. I'm Tommy. I'll be guiding you through your practice. A couple new faces here. Welcome, guys. We are on urbanyoga.org. You're going to find all the latest in terms of class schedules. All the classes are also, almost all the classes are put on YouTube live, so you can revisit them if you like. We got a lot of schedule changes happening. We're starting back at the studio. I'll be doing a Tuesday evening class as well, starting next week. I think it's 5:15 is what we decided on. So plenty of opportunities to practice and take care of yourself. So this morning, I want to work on a couple things, combining two things that I love that kind of go hand in hand, and that's back bends and balancing. So in our back bends, we'll do some things that are accessible. We don't want to do anything that's going to be causing any discomfort, but really working on engaging that low back. It's going to build a nice, strong, stable core. We have a strong, stable core that's going to help us in our balances. So we'll kind of work on those together. Opening up the front of the body is what our goal is, as opposed to just getting into those backs and kind of cranking into them. So the more we open the front of our body and we'll focus on that, the more accessible those back bends are going to become. And then we'll work through some balance poses up to kind of the king of back bends balancing, which is dancer's pose. And we'll do that, if it's accessible for you. If it's not, we'll have other things that you can come along with. So, all right, let's get started. We're gonna start here on our bellies this morning. So just starting to work through opening up the front of that body. We'll take some time here to get connected to our breath and just get our awareness drawn inward. So just take a moment, kind of wiggle the hips side to side before you get started, and get the tops of your legs in the front of your body nice and long. So you don't want to be crunched up. So just wiggle those hips side to side to create some space. And then go ahead and make a pillow for your hands. And you can just turn your head to one side. You can have your crown of your head just face down. And I'll stand up here just to be kind of seated up so you can hear me a little bit better. So just take a moment here to begin connecting with the breath. And I kind of like doing some breath work here when we have our bellies against the mat. You can really just focus on feeling the belly fill up. So take a deep inhalation in through the nose and draw that breath into the spaces, into the rib cage, sides of the body, the back of the body. And just begin to lengthen out that inhalation and exhalation to a count of 4 or 5. Just trying to find some space here in our breath, and beginning to make that conscious connection with breath and body movement here. So on each inhalation, just feeling the body open up a little bit more, the spine becoming a little bit longer. Inhale up through the crown of the head. And then slowly exhale, just feeling the body become heavy, the bones melting into the mat. Just feeling some grounding, some support of the earth holding you up. Continue with the rhythm of your breath here. Just drawing that awareness inward on each inhalation. On each exhalation, just letting go of any tension you might be holding anywhere in the body, maybe in the face, the jaw, the throat, just beginning to soften. Deep inhalation, draw that awareness inward. Deep exhalation, just melting into the mat, letting everything go. As I guide you through your practices this morning in terms of sequencing, just let your breath guide your awareness. So if at any point you start thinking of things you got to do after class, distractions are coming up, bugs flying around, whatever's going on, just return to that breath. And just let that breath keep you grounded. Let it keep you grounded here physically, but also just emotionally in the moment. Let's take a few more rounds of breath. Continuing to draw that awareness inward. I'm just making a commitment here for the next hour, just committing to some self-care, self-compassion, just letting go of any doubt, judgment in your practice. Just being kind to ourselves, listen to your body, listen to your breath. Back off when you need to, rest when you need to. All right, let's take one more deep communal breath in through the nose, fill up all spaces through that torso. So not just the front side of the body, but drawing that breath into the kidneys, the backside, the shoulder blades. Big, long exhalation out, let it all go. All right, we'll begin here just with some gentle back bend work. And like I said, let's start working through less about back bending and just more about starting to stretch out through the front of the body. So let's come into a Sphinx pose. So begin to draw the elbows back underneath the shoulders. Wiggle those hips back and forth, lengthen through the tops of those thighs. And then just a gentle pull of that belly up off the mat, just a slight engagement of the belly button. Let's take a deep inhalation, press into the hips. So think about stretching out through the pelvis. Big inhalation in through the nose. And on the exhale, just a little pull of your chest through your shoulders here. So press down into the mat and kind of draw your chest through your shoulders. Feeling that stretch through the chest. On the exhale, soften the back a little bit here. Let's take another deep inhale, press down through the tops of the feet. On the exhale, let's just look over left shoulder, see if you can see towards your toes. Deep breath into the right side of the ribs here. Just exploring where that breath can go as you just make some different adjustments here. Inhale back to center, big inhalation. Breathe all the way down into the pelvis. On the exhale, looking over right shoulder, draw breath into the left side of the ribs. Make sure you're not crunching and sinking into those shoulders so you don't have those shoulders up around the ears, so just nice and long in that neck. All right, let's go ahead and release. Take it back to center. Draw the palms right underneath the shoulders. We're just going to push back to child's pose. We're not going to stay for too long, just getting some movement here in the hips. So push the hips back towards the heels. Just kind of sway the hips a little bit side to side. You can tent the fingers, create a little bit more space in the chest, have a deep inhalation. On the exhale, just melt down through the heart space. Let the crown of the head go towards the mat. Deep breath into the back side of the body. All right. Let's go ahead and plant the hands back down. We're going to bring the hips all the way back forward. I'm going to slide back into that Sphinx one more time. So just feeling that back start to wake up. The front side of the body start to feel stretched out. Let's go ahead and draw the palms underneath the shoulders and just come into a low cobra. So roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze those elbows in alongside the ribs. Feel the lower back begin to fire up here. Maybe the palms float up. Squeeze everything together and squeeze your thighs together almost like you have a block in between them. Deep inhalation. On the exhale, plant the hands down. Push yourself back up to tabletop. Take it all the way back, another child pose. Wiggle those hips side to side, feeling a little bit more space now. Big inhalation through the crown of the head. Exhale, melt down through the heart one more time. Going to take the right hand over off to the corner of the mat. Maybe place the left hand across the top. Sink down here. Breathe into the left space of the ribs. Getting a little side body stretch here. We'll take that back to center. Over to the other side. So left palm out, right palm across, begin to melt down through that chest. So really working on stretching out the front side of the body. It's going to give us more space in those back bones. Stretch through the pectorals, deep breath in, deep breath out, melt everything down. Let's take it back to center. Bring the hips back up and forward. We're going to come all the way back down one more time. We're going to stretch through the fronts of the shoulders here. Take the left arm out to a T, so directly out from the shoulder. Take the right hand and place it right alongside the chest, and you're just going to roll yourself over and let that right leg come behind the left leg. So you're getting a nice shoulder stretch here, feeling that all through the left side of the shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Stay for one more breath. And then gently, gently ease on out of that. Take that right leg back across the top. And we're going to take that to the other side. So right arm comes directly out from that shoulder joint. Take it out to a T, spread the fingers nice and wide. Left hand slides right under the chest. And then bring that left leg up and back. Give you a little bit of a kickstand here. Head can be all the way down. Can be up, whatever feels good. Maybe looking up over that left shoulder slightly. Opening up through the chest, opening up through that shoulder. Just getting that front side of the body opened up. Give us a lot more space in those back bends here. Let's take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Go ahead and ease out of that, nice and slow. Bring palms back underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up to a tabletop. Walk the fingertips forward. And have the hips lined up directly over the knees. We're just going to take a puppy pose. So walk the fingers out. And you're just going to melt down through the heart as much as you can. Stretching out those pectoral muscles a little bit more. Deep breath in, melt down through the heart space. All right, let's go ahead and walk the fingertips back in. We'll tuck the toes and we'll work our way up to our first downward dog. We're going to take those hips up and back, lift up through your tailbone. Take a moment, spread your fingertips out nice and wide, and you want to take that weight right into the pads between the pointer finger and the thumb, not in the back of the wrist. Go ahead and pedal out through the backs of the heels, stretch out those calves, one leg at a time. Engage the belly, so draw the belly button back towards the spine as you lift up through the hips, maybe coming up onto the balls of the feet, deep inhalation into the back. On the exhale, melt down through the heels as much as comfortable. Draw your gaze down and in towards the belly. Slight roll in of the triceps, so we're engaging and drawing that energy into the center line of the body. So just rotate the triceps in towards the ears slightly. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Take your time and walk yourself forward towards the hands. Stretch out the calves as you go. When you get where you're going halfway, we're going to halfway lift Ardha Uttanasana. Press those thighs back. Palms come to the tops of thighs or shins, and reach forward with the crown of the head. Take a deep breath into the back of the body. Exhale, hinge forward. Go ahead and bend the knees, grab for opposite elbows, and then go ahead and draw those elbows down towards your feet so you create a little bit more length in the back there. Just let the weight of the head be heavy here. Release the jaw. Any tension you're holding in the face. Shake the head yes and no. Just release the neck. Inhale, flatten out, Ardha Uttanasana, thighs back, crown forward, broaden through the chest, big sip of air. Exhale, hinge and fold one more time. Spread the toes nice and wide, so put the big toes down, fan out the rest of the toes. Nice firm foundation. Begin to inhale and draw that energy up through the legs, nice and slow as you roll up through the spine. Draw the kneecaps up and in. And then when you get halfway, take a moment, roll the shoulders back, open, reach out left and right. Inhale, draw the palms all the way up. Then go ahead and draw thumbs down into the heart space. Close the eyes here for a moment. Just let that energy begin to cascade down through the body. Mountain pose, just noticing how you feel here when we're just getting started. Let the palms fall out to the sides. We'll just work through mountain pose all the way from the root up to the crown. So nice firm foundation through the heels. Slight engagement up and in with the kneecaps. Belly button drawn toward the back of the spine. So it's engaged, but we're not holding the breath. Fingertips out, reaching down towards the ground. Heart shining forward, crown lifting. Let's inhale, arms all the way up. Gentle back bend here, so just reach back with the fingertips and push the hips forward. Big sip of air in. As we exhale, cactus the arms, squeeze the elbows down the back, let the heart shine forward. The ribs are gonna wanna sort of pop open, so kind of clamshell them shut. A nice, firm, strong core here. Inhale, back up. On the exhale, moving slowly, consciously with the breath, exhaling all the way down. Inhaling, halfway lifting, big sip of air. Exhale, fold and melt down. We're gonna go ahead and step the right leg all the way back. We're gonna come into a low lunge. Build your foundation up nice and strong. Got that front knee lined up over the heel. Draw down through that tailbone, lift up through the crown. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Rotate the pinkies in towards each other. Go ahead and bring palms together here, and we'll just do a gentle reverse prayer. So go ahead and bring the palms towards the back of the head. Just a gentle back bend and kind of nudge the back of the crown into those palms. Press into the back top of the foot and the front toe. That's going to be your anchor there. Keep the belly engaged and active. Big inhalation. On the exhale, let's go ahead and bring the palms forward. I'm going to draw that left palm back across the chest, open up, gentle twist here. That left thigh is going to want to kind of roll open, so just squeeze it back in towards the center. Inhale, back to center. Back up to reverse prayer. Big inhale here. Exhale, back to center. We're going to open back up one more time. You can stay here if you want a little deeper twist. We're going to cross that right elbow over that thigh. Bring palms together, press those hands together. Use that as leverage so you can deepen that twist a little bit more. Maybe looking back over that left shoulder, opening through the front of the chest. Stay for another breath. We'll go ahead and release. Place the hands back down. Tuck the back toes. We're going to bring that knee up. Place the hands down. We're going to step all the way back, downward facing dog. Let's take that left leg all the way back and up. We're going to bend that knee and stack and just open up through the hip. So let the weight of that heel roll that hip open. Deep breath into the pelvis, belly engaged, Stay with the breath. Inhale, leg back up to center, square the hips off. Big inhalation. On the exhale, we're gonna round in, bring knee in towards nose, press the floor away to create some space here. Inhale, bring that leg back up. Place it back down. Big inhalation here. On the exhale, step hop or float forward. Inhale, move with the breath. Flatten out, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, nice, slow, roll up through the spine. Brings you all the way back up where we begin. Palms in towards heart center. Close the eyes. Just let that energy settle into the body. Deep inhalation through the crown. Exhale, root down through the heels. Second side, inhale up. Gentle back bend here, hips come forward. Exhale, squeeze those elbows down, open up through the chest. Big sip of air, those ribs are gonna wanna pop up, so kind of clamshell them down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, all the way down. All right, second side, go ahead and step the left leg back. Come into that low lunge, set that foundation up nice and strong. Down through the tail, root up through the crown. Arms come up, rotate the pinkies in. Get deep inhalation through the crown. Exhale, sink into the tail. Take those palms together. We'll go ahead and bend the elbows back. Gentle back bend here. Press into the palms with the crown of the head. Inhale, palms forward. Take your time, peel that right arm all the way back, open up through the chest. Let your gaze follow that hand. Check in with that front thigh. It's going to want to sort of roll open. Just give it a little gentle squeeze, a little help. Inhale, back to center. Palms come back and up. Back to that reverse prayer. Gentle back bend. Feel that low back fire up and engage. One more time. Take it forward. Peel it back. Stay here, or if you like, go ahead and drop that elbow across the knee. Bring palms together, press into the heels of the hand. Use that leverage to open up through the chest a little bit more. Stay for another breath. Gently release, palms come down. Tuck the back toes under. Step it all the way back, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up and back. Bend that knee, let that heel do the work. Feel the weight of that heel, just open up through that hip. Big breath into the pelvis here. Just getting that front of the body opened up. Finding a little bit more space in the back bends here. All right, stay for one more breath. Square the hips back to center, leg comes back and up. Big breath in. On the exhale, draw that knee in towards the nose, press the floor away to find some space there. Inhale, back up. Bring that down. Big inhalation. On the exhale, step hop or float it forward. Inhale, we're gonna halfway lift. Exhale, fold. On the inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time moving with the breath. Roll the shoulders back and up. Lift up, hips come gently forward. Palms back to heart center. Shake it all out. All right, how's everybody doing? Good? All right. All right, we'll work through a few more flows here, and then we'll get ready to start getting into some balancing. All right, so we're at the top of the mat. We're gonna inhale, arms back up. Take that gentle back bend, hips come forward. Squeeze the elbows down the back. Close the ribs in. Big sip of air, lift up through that crown as you root down through those heels. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt and fold. We're gonna come into Utkatasana chair pose here. So bring the toes to touch. Drop the hips back. Squeeze the knees together. Lift up through the heart. Squeeze the knees like you have a block in between them. We're gonna do that same gentle twist. So palms forward. We're just gonna peel that back arm back. Try to keep the knees as close together as possible. The right knee is gonna wanna shift back with your fingertips. Inhale, back to center. Let's take that back other direction. Stay with the breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, melt down forward. All right. I'm gonna step the right leg back. We're gonna come into a crescent lunge. So draw the energy up through that front foot, the knees over that heel. You're gonna bend the back knee and then straighten back through that heel and pull that kneecap up and in. It's a nice firm foundation. Make sure you're not on a tight rope so your feet are about hip width distance apart. Press into that front big toe. Press through that back heel. Pull that kneecap up and in. Let's take the arms up and over. Rotate fingertips in, just like we did on that low lunge. Maybe you take that reverse prayer. Big inhalation. Exhale, melt in a little more. Arms back up. We're gonna go ahead and drop the back heel. We're gonna open all the way up to warrior two. So you want a heel to arch alignment there. Roll the shoulders open, create some space in the front of the chest. On the exhale, sink down and in. Let's go ahead and reverse warrior by sliding that arm down the back leg. Nice firm foundation in the back edge of that back foot. And sink into that front knee a little bit more. Move with the breath. Inhale up, exhale down, warrior two one more time. Let's take it to triangle pose. We're gonna straighten out through that front leg. Dip that front hip, reach it forward. And then go ahead and rotate the shoulders. If you have a block, you can go ahead and bring that to the inside of the leg. Stack the shoulders up. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Make sure you're not sinking forward with that front arm. So if that right shoulder is kind of dipping down, roll it back behind you. You can even bring it back behind you towards the sacrum to kind of open up through that chest a little bit more. Stay for one more breath. All right. Go ahead and bring your gaze down towards that front foot, bend through the knee. We're gonna slide that front elbow onto that knee. We're gonna take it into extended side angle. So take the arm up in front of you, then up over the ear. So we want a nice line of energy from that back heel all the way up the leg. And make sure you're not sinking and crunching into that front shoulder. So find some space between that shoulder and your ear. Belly button's drawn back towards the spine, so we've got some engagement there. And then use your core strength to bring you back up to warrior two one more time. Sink down in there. Move with the breath. Big inhale here. Exhale, windmill the hands all the way down. Step it back into your plank pose. Press the floor away, so no space in between the backs of the shoulder blades, belly button up and in. And then move through whatever flow feels good for you this morning. So if you want to just go knees, chest, and chin, lowering all the way down, take a moment, take back bend of choice. So you can go back down to that low cobra, Sphinx pose. If you want to go full up dog, thighs are up off the mat. So these back benches start feeling a little bit more accessible now that we've been working through the front side of the body. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to take it all the way back to downward facing dog. Let's take a moment here and just pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale, feeling that tailbone lift up. On the exhale, just melting down through those heels. 2 more rounds, deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more deep communal breath here. Inhale to the crown of the head. Fill up the belly. Exhale, melt down through those heels. Deep breath in. On the exhale, step, hop, or float yourself forward. Inhale halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in, melt. Inhale, move with the breath. Draw the energy up through those legs. Roll it back out. Palms up. And exhale, just let the palms float down towards the heart. Close the eyes here for a minute. Just notice how the body feels. Notice that energy just sort of bouncing around in the body. Getting that blood flow, oxygen, all to the corners of the body that we don't normally attend to. Just feeling that rhythm of life pulsing through us. And as I mentioned, I'm guiding you through the sequence. Just keep that breath guiding your awareness. Being in here, in the now, in the moment. All right, second side, inhale up. Gentle back bend here. Hips forward. Exhale, squeeze the elbows down. Cactus the arms. Broaden through the chest. Inhale, back up. Move with the breath. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, flatten out. Exhale, fold down. Drop back down to that chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze those knees together. Palms come up and forward. Inhale, peel it back. Gentle twist. Inhale, back to center. Inhale, open. Inhale, 1 more time. Squeeze and hold. Exhale, take it all the way down. Inhale, flatten out. Exhale, fold all the way down. Let's go ahead and take the left leg back. Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and set that foundation up. We're going to be coming into that crescent lunge. So make sure those feet are hip width distance apart. You're not walking that tightrope. Draw the energy up through that front leg. Bend the back knee. Palms come up. Straighten out through that heel and draw that back kneecap up and in. Nice firm foundation. Tail dropping, crown lifting. Breath connecting the 2 opposing forces. Inhale, maybe look up. Bring those palms back, reverse prayer, gentle back bend. Inhale it back up. We'll go ahead and take it to warrior 2. So drop that back heel perpendicular, heel to arch alignment. Make sure that front thigh is not dropping in, so roll that kind of front thigh open a little bit more. Roll the shoulders open. Reach out front to back, find some space. Exhale, sink it. A little pull up and in from the pelvic floor, so squeeze those thighs together. Let's reverse that warrior. Slide that back arm down the leg. Sink into that front knee a little deeper. Deep breath into the front side ribs. Stay for another breath. Exhale, take it back, warrior two. Straighten that front leg out. We're taking it to triangle. Reach forward, dip that front hip. Props always a good idea. Bring that palm to the inside of that leg and then take the other fingertip up, stacking shoulders here. Take a look at that top left shoulder. Make sure it's not rounding down and forward. Maybe you want to take that left hand to the back of the sacrum, kind of roll that chest open a little more. Stay for another breath. All right, we're gonna look down at that front foot, bend that knee, bring that elbow up to extended side angle, take that arm up and over. Nice line of energy all the way through the edge of that back foot, up and across those fingertips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, use that core strength. Bring yourself all the way back up. Warrior two, sink in one more time. Deep inhalation. On the exhale, windmill those hands down and take your option for your flow. Can be that knees, chest, chin. You can take full chaturanga. If you're taking full chaturanga, lean forward over those wrists. Drop down, squeeze those elbows in when you get halfway. Take that back bend. So take that back bend of choice. Up dog, cobra, sphinx. Stay for a breath. On the exhale, bring it all the way back, downward dog. Let's go ahead and bring the knees all the way down. Let's take a much well-deserved child's pose. Kind of take your time working it through. If you have blocks available, you can bring those blocks underneath the elbows here. Doing a little bit of that reverse prayer that we were doing in some of those back bends. Just another good way to let gravity kind of do its work, opening up that front side of the body. Let the hips melt back towards the heels. Let the chest drop in. Let the crown be heavy. Just take a moment here, just kind of notice how the body's feeling. If that low back is feeling good, if it's talking to you a little bit, just be gentle, be mindful. Just let your heartbeat settle into your chest here. Let the bones be heavy for a moment. Just keeping with the breath, keeping that awareness drawn inside. Everything off the mat can wait. All right, one more deep breath in. Let that all go. Then we're gonna go ahead and walk the fingers back under a little bit, roll back over the hips. We're gonna come all the way back down towards that belly here. All right, so we're gonna work through a few more gentle back bends here, and then we're gonna get up and kind of work into that dancer's pose here. So take a moment, go ahead and place the head to one side, and take the fingertips alongside the body. Palms are face up. And just take a moment, kind of roll the shoulders up, back, and down as you squeeze the fingertips down towards the heels. Just lengthening through the back, the shoulders. We're gonna go ahead and bend the left leg. And if you can, reach back and go ahead and grab a hold of the ankle. You're gonna take that hand and kind of roll it underneath so that the fingertips are wrapping around and the thumb is facing out. So think about that. We're almost doing like a dancer's pose but we're laying down here. Go ahead and take the right arm forward. And then on the inhale, gentle back bend here. And you're just gonna kick that heel up into that hand. So reach forward, up through the chest, deep breath in. So we're kind of doing a dancer's pose here, just on the ground. So everybody can do it. All right, stay for a breath or two. If you're feeling any pinching in that back, get out of it immediately. Press down through those hips. Stay for another breath. Palms come down. Gently release. Don't let that legs kind of slingshot. And then go ahead and bend the legs and just gently rock side to side, just releasing that low back. All right, let's go second side. Roll those shoulders up and back and down. Create some length in the front side of the body. Go ahead and bend back for that right leg. Roll those fingertips to the inside of that foot. Left arm comes forward. And then on the inhale, squeeze those thighs together, kick into that hand, reach that arm forward. Deep breath in. Kick into that hand a little bit more. And gently let's release. Let that all go. Head comes down, side to side, windshield wiper those legs, just release that low back. Maybe some circles, whatever feels good there. All right, let's go ahead and bring palms back underneath those shoulders. Press ourselves all the way up to a tabletop. Walk those fingertips forward. Press yourself back up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. On the exhale, step, hop, or float yourself forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, draws that energy up through the legs, roll up through that spine one vertebrae at a time. You know where we're headed. Arms come up and out. On the exhale, draw that awareness, energy back into the body. Just let it all kind of cascade down. All right, so back should be feeling pretty opened up. Front side of the body, nice and stretched out, so we have some space here in our back bends. Before we get into dancers, let's do a tree, just to kind of get our balance a little bit here. So we'll shift our weight over into that left leg. Press those palms together and make sure you kind of clamshell those ribs down, because as soon as you're lifting everything up, everything's going to want to up. So kind of plugging those into the hip points here. Palms together, energy, pressing in towards the center line of the body. Then just draw that knee up first, kind of squeezing everything in. This might be where you want to just play around with your balance. Maybe you want to take it to that tree. So you're going to open that hip up to the side. You can be down here on a kickstand. You can be up on that calf. You can be up on the inside of that thigh, just not directly on that knee. You want to add on the arms, maybe taking them up and out. The gaze comes up, gets a little more difficult. If you fall out of it, just slide right back into it. Deep breath in. Reaching up through that crown, rooting down through the heel. Letting that breath connect those two opposing forces here. Maybe cactus the arms. Palms back to heart center. Let that leg come out to the side. Let it go. Shake it all out. All right, let's take it to the second side. Get yourself set up. Nice firm foundation through those toes, heels. Shift the weight over to the right side. Press the palms together. Draw that energy up into the center of the body. Open that hip up to the side. Give yourself a little bit of help. Get that leg to go wherever you would like. Inhale, palms up. Maybe gaze follows. That adds a little bit more challenge. Cactus those arms. Open up through the chest. Lift up through the heart. Swat the flies. Arms back to center. Let it go. Shake it all out. All right, let's get into our dancer's pose. Same thing we just did on the ground. And it can be as small as you like, right? We don't have to get crazy. Don't wrench into those back bends. Think about more about opening through the front of the body as opposed to back bending here. Okay, so we'll kind of guide you through it. We're gonna shift the weight over into that left leg. We're gonna bend the back leg. So bring the heel up, just like we did when we were on our back. So you can watch here first so you're not kind of dancing around. You wanna bring that those fingertips towards the inside and the thumb is facing out. And that's so when we get up here that our leg isn't opening up and kind of doing the dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So we're trying to keep everything squeezed into the center of the body. So we're bringing that heel up, wrapping that grip around, thumb on the outside. Bend into that front knee. So we don't want to hyperextend. So we're bending gently into that knee. Take it up through the fingertips, nice and tall. And then just gently going to bend into that front knee and kick that back leg up and back. Reach out and forward. And like I said, don't hyperextend that leg, so a gentle bend there. And you kind of just play around with that balance. If you fall out of it, get out of it. Reach up and out with that crown. Maybe you want to kind of drop it all the way down, play around with that balance a little bit more. Woo. Wherever you are, move slowly up and out of it. Place it back down. Shake it all out. My leg's probably burning. That's a really good one to do too if you have a wall near you. So if you're at home, you're playing around with that balance, wall's great. A table, a chair, something like that really can make a difference of just playing around, getting that strength built up in that leg. All right, so let's do that second side. Roll shoulders up and back, open up through the front of the body. Go ahead and shift the weight over to that leg, bend the back leg. Grip comes wrapping around, thumb facing out. Nice, long spine. Deep breath in, bend into that front knee. On the exhale, begin to let that heel come back, kick into that fingertip, reach out and forward. Some good dancers out here. Looking good, guys. All right, stay for a breath. Move slowly, consciously up and out of it. Let it all go. All right, wonderful. Good job, everybody. Thanks for playing around. Always a difficult one. Balancing back bends. There's a lot going on there. All right, let's begin to cool us all down. We're going to inhale, lift up. Just move with the breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, we're going to drop the hips all the way back, and we'll come into a seated position. All right, let's get ourselves organized here. Kind of shake the thighs back and forth. Those legs are probably burning pretty good right now. Work through some forward folds, countering those back bends here. So press out through the heels and draw those toes back towards the kneecaps. That's going to protect your knees here. So make sure when you're doing your forward folds, your feet aren't just kind of pooping out and you're folding forward. That can cause some stress on those knees. So press through the heels, thighs are down. Let's lift up through the crown of the head, nice and tall. Big sip of air. On the exhale, reach out and forward, and then gently begin to round down through the head. Kind of shimmy yourself a little side to side on those hips, see if you can find a little bit more space in that fold. Let's do that one more time. Let's inhale, lift up and round up through the spine. Press out through those heels. Draw the toes towards the knees. Exhale, gently melt round and fold in. Deep breath into the back of the body. Exhale, folding a little deeper. All right, let's go ahead and slowly roll ourselves up. Go ahead and drag that left heel in and bring it right into the inside of that right thigh. Flex through that left foot. We're going to inhale and lift. We're going to twist from the base of the spine. So we're going to go exhale, begin to wrap around that leg, roll that back shoulder back, and twist from the base of the spine up through the shoulders, and the crown of the head goes last. Squeeze and hug that knee in, maybe find a little bit more space where the ribs are. Deep inhalation, active in that front heel and foot. Stay for one more breath. Exhale, release. Gently unwind yourself. Let's go ahead and just let that knee fall out and open to the side. Inhale and lift up. Rotate the sternum a little bit over that leg and reach forward, just melt in. Love these forward folds after doing a lot of different back bends. Really nice counter. Deep breath in. Exhale, melt and fold. If you want a little bit more, you can take that left palm, take it across the edge of that outside foot, and kind of twist the sternum a little bit more and then sink in. All right, one more breath here. Just letting everything start to cool down, unwind. Let's go ahead and release. Bring yourself back up. Drag the other heel in. Then go ahead and drag those heels in towards the pelvis as much as comfortable for you. Roll those shoulders up and back and down. Some nice space here through the chest. You can grab for the ankles. You can grab for big toes with peace fingers. Lift up through that crown, broaden through the chest. Big sip of air in. On the exhale, begin to hinge forward. Walk yourself forward to whatever degree is comfortable. Your hips will let you know when you're going too far. Just kind of melt down through the shoulders. Deep breath into the backside of the body. Get that blood flow getting into the kidneys, internal organs, nice massage. Stay for one more breath. Let's go ahead and walk fingertips back in. This time we'll slide the left leg forward. Right heel's on the inside of that thigh. I'll kind of work this in reverse order. Inhale up, active in that front foot. Exhale, hinge and fold. Grab for whatever you get a hold of. Top of the thigh, shin. If you want a little deeper, you can kind of grab for the outer edge of that foot or thigh. Deep inhale, exhale, gentle twist. Stay for another breath. Gently let it go. Bring yourself back up. Go ahead and help that knee out. We're going to bring that up and in. Drag that heel to the inside of that thigh. Flex down through that front foot. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, we twist from the base of that spine. Wrap around, roll that back shoulder back, create some space. Push through that front heel. Inhale, lift through the crown. Exhale, twist a little deeper. One more breath here. Exhale, go ahead and let yourself unwind. Let's take it all the way back down to our backs. Just a few more poses here before we sink into our Shavasana. Just kind of rock the hips a little side to side. Let's bring the feet out towards the edges of the mat. Take the arms out to a T and let's just windshield wiper those legs side to side. Just let that low back release. Pause in a spot or two if it feels good. Just let those hips open up. And then just let the knees fall over to the left side. And then grab that left ankle and just place it on top of that right knee, giving a little bit more leverage there. So arms are out to a T, keeping those shoulders nice and firm against the mat. And as the legs are twisting left, if you want a little deeper, your gaze can go over that right shoulder. Deep inhale up through the head and the crown. Deep exhale, twist in a little bit deeper. All right, stay for one more breath here. Big inhalation. Big exhale. If you have that top leg on top of the knee, go ahead and let it go. Just let the legs fall all the way up, over to the other side. Shoulders firmly against the mat. Knees over to the right. Bring that right heel on top of that left knee. A little extra leverage. Then gaze goes over to the left. Inhale up through the crown. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Stay for one more round of breath here. All right, let's let that all go. Just kind of unwind there. We'll take a happy baby here before we get into our Shavasana. Just take a moment here, heels up towards the sky, and drop your tailbone down. So as soon as you lift your heels up and you come into that happy baby, that tailbone's gonna wanna pull up off the ground. So draw the back of the body down, tailbone down, so you have a nice firm foundation against that sacrum. And squeeze those knees down towards the armpits as you open up through those hips. Just a gentle rock side to side. Release. Breathe into that low back. Open up, soften the heart. Stay for one more big breath. Inhale. Exhale, tailbone down. Knees towards armpits. Open through the hips. Gentle rock side to side. All right, let's go ahead and let that go. Bring knees towards together, and bring the knees in towards the chest. Gonna wrap around the shins. Give yourself a final squeeze. Maybe you want to draw your nose up into the knees. Big inhalation. On the exhale, let the heels go long, legs go long. Take up some space. Just let those legs open up. So let the heels just roll open. Let that opening travel up through your hips. Just take a moment and lift up through the back of the head and just create a little bit more length in the neck. Place the crown of the head back down. Nothing left to do here but just enjoy the benefits of our practice. Just let the heartbeat settle into the chest. Let the belly be soft. Let the bones be heavy. Just taking a few final moments here to remain in this place of surrender, solitude. Just do a quick body scan. Just notice if you're holding any last bits of tension anywhere in the body, maybe in the knees, in the jaw, in the brow. Just soften what you can soften. Let go of anything you're holding. Just take a few final moments before we return to our day, our busy lives. Less that thinking part of ourselves and just more the being part of ourselves here. Allow me to call you back in a few moments. All right, let's begin to slowly deepen the breath here. Just welcoming sensations back into the body with micro movements of wiggling fingers and toes, raising the eyebrows, moistening the lips. Let's do a nice full body stretch so you can take those ankles, slide them back together, take the arms back up overhead. Just flex and point the toes. Deep breath in, fill up all the way to the crown of your head. And then on that exhale, begin to bring the knees back up into the chest. Give yourself one final squeeze. Squeeze out any last bits of stale energy you might be holding. And when you're ready, you can roll yourself off to one side. If you like to pause there on your side in embryo pose for a breath or two. Just feeling that firm connection to the earth. And when you're ready, slowly push yourself up. Keep the gaze softer, the eyes closed. In our final pose, Sukhasana, easy seat. Just take a moment here, stack up the bones, feel the head line up over the heart and the heart over the hips. Feel that nice firm grounding throughout the pelvis. Feel the crown of the head lifted, the heart open. And the breath flowing freely between these two opposing forces. Inhale those arms out, nice and wide. Gently take them up to the sky. Open up through the chest and the heart. Big breath in. On the exhale, draw that energy down. Your awareness all the way back into the heart. Let the gaze follow down and in. Just take a moment here to thank yourself. Taking some time out of your busy schedule for some self-compassion, self-exploration, some self-love. Just take this feeling off the mat, out into the world, share it with others. Let it guide your day. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. From my heart to yours, namaste. Just take a moment and acknowledge your fellow yogis. This wonderful community we have together. Thank you, everyone. Everybody have a wonderful day. Casey, we're gonna miss you. Casey's headed back to See you next next fall. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for coming. I'm Tommy. We'll see you again. Thank you. Thank you.